Good morning. Right, today I am going to concentrate on the wiper arm that's broken and scratched the windscreen and sort these headlights out if I can do anything with them at all. Now, I've used my long reach Torx bit there to remove these two screws which were there. Why isn't that not focusing? And there respectively. So obviously the long one goes down through there and the little short one just goes in there. Slid the light forward and unplugged the wiring which is there, and where it's been mashed up before it was a sod to get out because some nincompoop has tried to get that off without realising you have to just press the thing down. So that's completely broken. Now, just quickly observing in the back of here, let's have a look in the front first and you'll see what I mean. If we look at that light, that lamp in there, it's not a bulb grows in the garden. That lamp there that you can see, it's pointing up like that when I looked at it from the front. So if we look at the back here, it's just not even sat in there correctly. They have tabs on these, don't they? So let's unhook that little clip, because it's in wrong. It's a bitch to get out, isn't it? Right, let's get the wiring out the way. I can't. Let's unplug the thing first. Oh my god, should have unplugged it easy before you undid the clip, you Burke. Right, let's put the clip back in. Raw. Okay, right, now let's take the wiring off. I think these are H7s. Yes, it is an H7. Right, let's unclip that and see if we can spot the fault with the clips hanging out for a start. Let's put the clip back in. Oh, my hand's in the way. Sorry, I do beg your pardon, madam. Let's just take the lamp out. Come on. Right, there's the H7 lamp. Obviously 2-pin, and it has that lug on it, which should locate in that lug up there. Let's put a little bit of light on. You see? Well, it was installed that way, so that is completely flipping wrong, isn't it? So let's put it in the right way with the lug at the top. There. I mean, what's difficult about that? Oh, I tell you, people that don't know anything about cars, take it to a garage, okay? Or go on YouTube and learn. Don't just frickin' bodge things. This is a little bit tricky. This feeling inside. Right. Now that clips on. Let's push that down in there. Clip it in. Now it's inserted properly. And hopefully it's sitting correctly inside there, which it is. That's better. At least we'll get the light pattern in the right direction on the road and I'm not just blinding people oncoming. I might even looked at the other side because it's so flooded I can't even see the orientation of the lamp. Anyway, so no, I can't see anything. Look at it. It's horrible. It's horrible. Right, should we work that one out as well? Let's just do the two at once. Alright, let's do that in there. Oh my god. Yeah, that hasn't been undone for a while, has it? Let's these screwdrivers. It's a good little set, that. I can't remember where I bought it from, to be honest. It's probably pound shop. Something like that, Poundland. Flipping heck. Have I had my Weetabix today? I don't know, I'm going to have to pause it there. Okay, I've had to resort to socketism, because that is bloody tight. God, you are having a chortle. No, that's going to spin. Right, I'm going to get my impact driver down here and do a bit of impacting. Obviously there's rust on the underside of that bolt, which is stopping it coming out of its fixing point. Right, so quite clearly this car is definitely holds the flag for the worst A2 in the UK, and it started fighting me straight from the word go. This now is just cracked and it's just spinning and doing absolutely nothing. It's split there, see it? So that lamp, that light fitting, I'm just gonna have to rip it out. Literally, that top button's undone. Just got to really. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that today doesn't go that way. This is the one and only hiccup. We shall see. What I'm going to be doing with this wiper arm, let's raise it up to there, is I am going to angle grind off these two heads, because what's happening, if you can see, it's like that, where it should be like that. And the reason it's like that is because this metal has worn a great big gouge. Can you see that? In there, which isn't right. So it's sitting there instead of there. So this part's hitting the windscreen instead of just the blade itself. So lots of that, I'm going to angle grind those two off, take them shot pins away, see what I can do with this area here. I might even have a couple of long rivets so I can just wang through there and clamp them down to where they're supposed to be. Put some new sort of bushings in here. I've got something in the drawer somewhere in the shed that just might do the job. I can't leave it like that. As soon as it rains, it's just going to score that windscreen even more and make my life a whole lot more difficult. Right, let me sort of do stuff and rip that light out, because it needs to go in the tumble dryer to get rid of all that moisture. Good, isn't it? Right, so things wrong with these headlamps. This one is obviously, looks like it's been gone over on the inside with some smogging stuff. So apparently you can unclip this lens from the back end. I've not done that before, but you know me, I'm going to give anything a go. We've got this rubber seal effort. Oh, we have some clips here, look. See these clips? Should better just jimmy them out with a screwdriver. Get in there and clean that up. Although these, you can get these second-hand replacements for sort of, you know, 30 quid each or whatever. 2 3s is 6, that's 60 quid. And I am not, I repeat, I am not spending, I'm going to spend the least amount of money as possible on these lights. So there's a rubber seal that needs to go basically in the dishwasher, doesn't it, to be degreased and slimed and snotted. Right, so I'm going to, do you reckon that's glued as well? Or we have like a rubber sealant there. See that? It's a bit like your boogers, basically. Well, not pretty much like mine, I guess. So we have a clip there, yeah, a clip missing there that's not there, and a clip missing there. So somebody has just twanged them off, some boy eraser, sprayed the inside there, a shitty colour, put it back on, lost those 2 clips, and then put a load of sealant around it because they've lost the clips. There's another clip missing there. Where are we? There. And there's a clip missing there, there, and finally there. So there's basically 1 clip on there instead of 8. Right, and also this cover. This should have, for an MOT, this should be watertight, like what that one is, you see. So, yeah, that's missing for that first one. This is what I'm up against. It's just one of those. Right, so this one, how many clips have we got on this one? Just 1. So perhaps that young youth, the youth boy eraser, hadn't actually removed these clips and lost them. But the same one is on there that is on the other one, so perhaps that's how they are, guys. If I'm waffling and I don't know what I'm talking about, please drop a comment and just educate me, because this is my first time with my car of all time, Audi A2, the car that was 20 years odd in front of its time. Look at the freaking state of that, honestly. This little bun is not your soul. That is a good clean too. Okay, so basically that is glued then by the look of things. It is glued in there, sealed in there, so I'm going to have to give it a little bit of heat treatment just to warm things up and try and separate these two parts. I mean, I could just... No, I couldn't. It has to be done. Simple as. I can't get that lot out of there. That lens has to come off from there. Right. I've seen it here first. The David Bowie eyes of my little Audi A2. There we are. Now, whether I'm going to film what I'm doing or not, I don't know. But if I do, welcome to the next bit in a second. If not, you'll see the finished product. I hope I can film stuff before I mean, look at that. Look, it's freaking ruined, man. That's just going to have to be sort of wedged back into that bolt. I can't get that bolt out. There's the underside where the top hex Torx screw head is. It's got a spacer, and then that brackety bit sits on there, and then it goes through the plastic bumper, and then the underside is enclosed, so it's encapsulated. It's probably not if you take the bumper off, but god damn, not a chance. These are interesting little gizmos, aren't they? What is that then? That would be that long... That would be that long tubey thing in there. Can you see that? Just about. Let's have a look at the not so shit one. See that long convoluted plastic bit? I don't know. I thought that was just a side light, but possibly it's automatic light detail. I don't know. Automatic sensor or something. I don't know. No, it's not that. That is a side. That is a side light. Beg your pardon. That is there. That is that there, and behind it you have, it's difficult to see, you have this piece going down on what looks like a heating element. Would that be a thing? Has it got heated headlights? I'm going to have to do some homework on that. That looks like a heated headlight to me. That looks like a little heating element right there. That looks like a thermostat and then an immersion. If people in the know, electricians or whatever, or gas fitters, that is like the immersion top, and the element goes into the headlight fitting. I reckon that's what it is. If you know different, drop a comment below, or above, or over there even. It doesn't matter. Right, enough waffling. Catch you guys later, and wish me luck. My regular viewers will know my motto, if it was put together, it can come apart. Okay, now I used all of my knowledge, effort, wisdom, power, strength. Is that the same thing? Not sure. And I persevered with these headlights, and this is the result. Okay. Now, was this easy? No. Was it a pain in the ass? Absolutely. Did it hurt? Yes, many times. But I thought I'd use the broken one first to see if I could actually separate the things, okay? And I have managed to do so. I haven't broken anything. And look at all this, look, all this nasty rusty. And there is a bit of damage there. This incidentally is the side light, okay, and I've since found out, because I tried to remove this piece and all the wiring before I applied heat. You do that and this then becomes all floppy, and when it comes all floppy, the light moves. So this is a little motor, is it not, which adjusts the angle of your headlight beam from your dashboard switch. So there you go. You didn't know, but you do now. Right. How did I do it? I can't tell you. I will have to kill you. It is a trades description thing. No, quite simply, let me show you now on the one that isn't absolutely wrecked. I mean the other fitting. What I've worked out is the way to do it. You have front lens, you have plastic body. Okay, now they are joined together by this lip here. All the way, that lip circumnavigates the whole of the lens. Okay, and then that sits in that groove. Okay, and it's glued. It seems to be only glued on the top edge. They haven't gone in there with a load of glue and just squashed that back into there. There doesn't seem to be any, and there's not any glue on the underside, so it's just the top edge. So what I did, after a bit of jimmying, you can see it's a little bit damaged there. I should have done it on the bottom of the fitting, but it wouldn't work. So I tried on the top, and in the end, I managed to do it. Okay, so what I did, hot air gun. That is a very hot air gun. It's the 1500 watt model, like that. If you've got something similar, then great. Don't use the missus as hairdryer because they don't like it, apparently. No, they don't, trust me. I know. So this band here, which goes all the way around, which is this band, you can see the old sealant in there. There you go. It's still warm. So we will have to be going around there with some sort of silicon-based product, squidging in this channel when we reassemble that. What I'm going to do, because I've got the two clips off the two fittings, I will do one fitting first, and I will use the two clips on one fitting. One at the top, one at the bottom, just to give it a good clamping power, and let that go off overnight, and then I will do the second one the next day. The beauty is now I can start to sand off this with some wet and dry, get it all cleaned up. I can polish the inside lenses, I can polish the inside of there, I can get all that rusty crap out of there, I can separate the lamps from this black plastic unit, and then that can go in the dishwasher, so then all this gumph comes off and it's all nice and clean. Yes, there will be a bit of higgledy-piggledy there. Ouch, my hand just touched the end of there. Stupid boy. I think I need a brew. Anyway, so yes, I ran my hot air gun around the circumference about that speed. Well, I did one side at a time, to be fair. I just kept going backwards and forwards, probably about that speed. And you know, if you've ever used a heat gun against plastic, when you get too hot, the plastic starts to turn a little different colour, doesn't it? It brings the oils out. Some people use hot air guns on plastic trim to try and bring the luster back, or bumpers to try and bring that luster back in the plastic. It's all gone like matte. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You really need a proper jig to keep it exactly the same distance away from the parts so you don't get blotches. I'm waffling. So yeah, I went round sort of that side, hot air gun, about, I'd say about 5 inches away. You got to gauge it, depending on the power of your hot air gun, you've got to gauge that distance by watching the plastic change colour there, along there. So yeah, just very gently. What I'm doing is I'm warming up the glue, or that whatever it is they've used to glue that lens in. Okay, so I did that all the way around. First of all, literally, have a good holiday. See you later. Don't forget me stick a rock.
Stick rock?
Where are you going?
Dominican.
Dominican Republic. Have a good time, guys.
We will.
See you later. Ta-da. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to Argate this year. Yeah, that's another thing. Unfortunately, this is a really awkward thing to try and work with, because as you can imagine, you sort of got to give it a grip to get hold of it properly, to use the screwdriver to lever it out. But perhaps I should have put a nice big fluffy towel there and sat that on there to give me a bit more purchase. But we live and learn. We live and learn. So yes, I went round, literally round, and did the two ends there and there. What I tried to do with this side, because I thought there was glue on the other side of here as well as the top edge, I had the hot air gun at an angle like that, you see, to try and get a bit of warmth down in the back there. But I needn't have done that, because there is just glue on this top edge. Anyway, once I'd done all the four sides, I then literally went back to the top. You can start on the bottom, whatever you're comfortable with, and just do the same thing again, 4 or 5 inches, just really slowly, yeah, about that speed, sort of thing, roughly. And then I started to jimmy. I didn't want to do just one side, start jimmying when the other 3 sides were cold and rock hard, because all you're going to do is split all this plastic and it will snap off and you're not going to be happy. So I got my screwdriver in there. I literally went like that, pushed it in to there, about 10 mil, and then just levered slightly, just slightly, all the way along what I could get my screwdriver in. Okay, so it's pretty much down to that corner. Once I'd done that, applied a bit more heat and did it again. That's right, I did twice, and then I did the side twice, and then the underside twice, and the left hand side twice. And on the 3rd run, when I did that, pushed my screwdriver in and popped it, it literally opened up like a clam, this end. So of course, heat gun down, grab hold of there, grab hold of here, and just put as much lateral pressure, you know, pulling power as you can, very gently, just keep the pressure on, and it slowly opens up. And as the gap gets bigger and bigger, there's less glue holding the pieces together, therefore it comes away easier. So the more you pull, when you start seeing that gap appear and opening up, lessen your power, otherwise it's just going to go whoosh, and you're going to fall over backwards, hit your head on something like a big ice cream, and it won't be nice, will it? But that's how I got that off. Why do I have to waffle so much? It's the process that I did, so I'm just relaying it to you guys. If it's boring, I'm really sorry. If not, thumbs up. I'm quite chuffed with myself actually for getting that out, because it gives me a chance to now get all the electrics out of there and the lens, and I can hopefully, I think that twists. I've just got 2 little clips there. Look, there's a little clip there and a little clip the other side, just to tease that, get that out of there, get rid of that rusty colour somehow. It looks like a bulb's had a funny 5 minutes and blown in there, doesn't it? And literally nearly burnt that. Okay, so that's the end of the headlight situation. Next time you see me, I should be cutting in this lens with my orbital buffer with a really fine grade emery board, wet and dry paper on there. Plenty of water, so nothing burns, nothing swirls. It's a bit of an art, and I am no artist, so fingers crossed it turns out better than it is at the moment. Right, I'll leave you to it. I don't know if this is the end of this episode, and we'll restart the new episode with me finishing off this polishing process. Right, well, thanks for watching. If this is the end, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. If not, see you in a second. Cool. Well, I found the reason for this smokiness inside that lens there. If we take a closer look at this, we've got some actual burning going on there, and I think we have had some sort of explosion going on in there lamp wise, and that has caused a puff of smoke, black smoke in there, and it's sort of smoked literally the thing. Right, let's just take these lamps out of here now. You get the G7 out of there. Come on, there you come, because you are going into the valley. Unscrew somehow. Just sort that out. There we go. That's that long one of them, just to take that ground off of there. And everything should just, that switch should just poke off. What you got to do is you've got to compress that little clip there, and there's one on the other side, just to pop that wiring out. I need 2 hands to do that. And then this is going in the dishwasher. Yes, you heard me right, in the dishwasher. Right, let me crack on. Just before I end this episode, breaking down of these light fittings, you have 3 screws. You have one there, you have one there, and you have a rusty one there, which is actually cracked. A bit like me, really. Where are we? Let me get that to move. See that? It's cracked. It's all literally dead in there and cracked. So you undo those 2. That one should stay in there, and just pull that lens out, and that can be polished and whatever you like to do And it will also allow you to stand that lens on a flat surface to do the buffing, because you've got that curve there. You really want that out the way. And another thing, on closer inspection of this light fitting, we do actually, on the outside, underneath you have this funny little white plasticky bit in there. Now I've just spotted and noticed that it is actually a drain. Let me get a little tiny screwdriver. Come on, little tiny screwdriver, that'll do. There is a drain to allow moisture out, and it is blocked. Okay, so that is probably why the whole thing is full of moisture. Yeah, it's all blocked up, so it needs a good squirt and clean out. So moisture would go down through there and out through each side of those two little bits there. So yeah, we live and learn, don't we? There are no other physical drains on this fitting as far as I can see. There is a little hole there, but it doesn't go through that shaft there or anywhere. There is nothing to do with that. Right, I just need to get all this gooey goo off, which shouldn't be too difficult. And yeah, unblock that. This incidentally, this motor for adjusting the rake of the lens, it goes into that arm there. If you can see, let me point to it properly. There, like so. So the ball, you'll put the motor in at an angle, and then you'll put the ball in there, and then move it to there. Okay, and then you literally push and twist like a lamp holder. Push and twist to lock that in place, so it has something to push against to there. Right, I hope that has helped somebody out. I need to crack on because light will be fading soon, and it will be beddy buys time for ET, because I need to recharge my brain battery. Okay, right. Whoo, I think that's an awooga moment, guys, don't you? Let's give it an awooga. Oh, baby. Right, I don't know if Tarquin's coming down. Tarquin might make a guest appearance a bit later on. If you don't know who Tarquin is, guys, please go back to series on the CD175 restoration. I think it could even be the CBRS 250. I can't remember, but Tarquin popped in from Scotland and he did all the scientific electricomy stuff for me, because he's good like that. Anyway, I've got to go because I think dinner's ready. Hello.
Hello, you scared me.
Did I? What, with the awooga?
Yes.
Soz. Say bye.